Come spend a couple of days with me as a sewing teacher. I have a bunch of students who made this precious farm quilt. It's Riley Blake's Farm Sweet Farm pattern. One of my students was proudly showing off her quilt, and her friend wanted one for her grandson for Easter, so here we are making this one. Now, the first thing I did was cut out all of my pieces, pinned them all to my blocks, and now I'm appliquing. So I love to applique mine by changing the thread color. You don't have to. You absolutely do not have to. If all you have is white and you want to make this quilt, I would use white. That's what I do. But when I'm making something like this, and I intend to change the thread color, I'm sewing all of the red, all of the pink, all of the blue at one time. Now, it makes for a really long project because you don't have anything finished ever. You work and work and work and work, but then all of a sudden, everything's finished at the same time. I choose the color based on the color of fabric that I'm appliquing. Like, I'm doing this pink pig, so I'm choosing pink, but I don't even really care what shade of pink it is. I just don't want it to be a color that's going to yell at me because I want you to see the fabric. I'm using a zigzag stitch, and I'm just using the factory settings because I never remember to change them, and I know y'all tell me to take a picture with my phone or write it down, but we've already established that that's not who I am as a person because I could write it down, but then I couldn't find it, or I could take the photo, but I would never find it, so I just don't do it. I do what's easy for me, and what's easy for me is to just always use the factory settings. So when I turn it on, all of my stitches are always the same. And I do zigzag around each piece twice because y'all have heard this story, but 100 years ago, I made a Minecraft quilt that my kid loved. It was his most favorite quilt that I ever made, and he loved it, and we washed it. And after a whole bunch of washing, the pieces started to fall off, and that's when I realized I needed to go around twice because if I didn't, my pieces would fall off. And all that work and his favorite quilt and my pieces fell off, we don't want that to happen to you. And if you're watching this video thinking, oh my goodness, that's a bunch of work, you're exactly right. It is a bunch of work. How long did it actually take me? It took me 2 complete days to sew it, quilt it, and bind it. Now, I'd already cut out all of my pieces, so that wasn't included in my 2 whole days. That's probably another 2 whole days. But this quilt is actually how my Tuesday morning class started because I had a bunch of ladies who wanted to make this, and it was a massive undertaking, and we needed to meet more than once a month if they wanted to finish it in any reasonable amount of time. So we started meeting every Tuesday morning, and the class just continued on. After they finished their quilt, they just kept coming, and we just kept finding new projects to make. And I hope you love this quilt as much as all of us do. My name is Tammy. I'm your favorite sewing teacher, and I would love for you to come sew with me.